Okay, let's take a look at everything that manifested so far on my 2024 vision board. I must say that this has been the most successful vision board I've ever created. So I'm going to walk you through the different images that I chose. I'm going to tell you about how they manifested. And also, this is going to be an informative video because I'm going to be sharing with you why I think this vision board worked so much better for me than previous ones did. Like my belief systems around the goals, looking after 2 dogs, and recording content has been an interesting combo. Good boys, you settle down and eat that thing. First up, we have my Spanish residency. At the end of 2023, my husband and I started renting a place in Spain, and we also started the process of applying for my Spanish residency. At the time, we really had no idea what the process would look like because there's a few different options, a few different ways that you can apply for residency in Spain as a British person. And when it came to January 2024, I had to go back to the UK because until you have a residency, you're only allowed to stay for 90 days in every 180 days. The idea, the dream that one day I would have this little plastic card that is a Spanish residency ID card was just like, it was the dream. Having that residency card would represent the green light for us to be able to start our new chapter. So what I did is I played around. I made my entire vision board using Canva. By the way, I'm going to be hosting a vision board workshop on January the 8th, 2025. So if you would like to tune in live on Zoom, we will make our vision boards together on that workshop, and I'll also show you how I do it. I'll show you how I select the photos, the mindset that is so important. We will set powerful intentions around anything that we're putting on our vision boards. Something to add here is that I made my vision boards digital this year. I've had my vision board as my laptop background and as my phone background. Subconsciously, you are absorbing it every single time you look at your phone. So I think that's, first of all, one of the reasons why this vision board has worked so well for me this year. So using Canva, I created a sort of mock-up of a residency card. I took a photo of myself and plonked it on there and put my name on there. So it was kind of a pretend residency card, just so it could be easier for me to imagine what it's really going to look like, right? The process itself, I was told, could take up to 9 months at one point. I did everything that I could, not perfectly, but did everything I could to focus on the inevitability of it. Certainly having it here on my vision board helped a lot. Also, I would fall asleep every night imagining that residency card was on the bedside table next to me on my nightstand. The happy ending of the story is that it actually all came together early, and by April, May, everything was approved and I had my own actual residency card. Next thing on the vision board, probably the next thing that happened, was the car. Interestingly, I've put cars on my vision board in previous years and haven't manifested them, and I don't think I was in the right state of mind or state of life. Something that I did that helped me was I actually looked into how much the car would cost, how much it would cost to lease the car, actually pricing up what it would look like. And as soon as I actually looked, that gave me a different level of clarity, which I hadn't had in the past with any other previous cars. It was like I suddenly had a sense of direction. And so I showed my husband the car as well, because I thought, this is obviously going to be our car. We're both going to be driving it. Although at this point, he didn't know how to drive. That's why there's a picture of him driving the car on my vision board, because that was actually a separate goal altogether, that Jamie would learn how to drive and pass his driving test so that I could be passenger princess. Something that I've been talking about more recently in my videos is this idea of taking your goals off of a pedestal. The more that we put our goal high up on a pedestal, the harder it will feel to manifest it, or the further away it will feel, or the more we'll kind of hold ourselves away from it because we have this belief that it must be so hard. Whereas as soon as you take it way off the pedestal, you put yourself on a pedestal and you look practically at like, hey, maybe this is possible for me. Maybe this is something that I can look into. Then your mind is more open to looking at what the process is going to be, what the steps need to look like, and so on, to allow yourself to have it. It was like these ideas, these solutions, these ways opened up to me. I love this image. When I found this image, I was scrolling through Pinterest, and as soon as I saw it, it represented a lot to me. Two girls giggling together. They're good friends. They're outside. Their arms are tanned. It's warm. I'm imagining it's like a nice hot summer's evening. So when I saw this image, I was like, to me, that represents a moment where I've made some new girlfriends. That image to me looks actually a lot like an area in this town. So I was like, I could sort of recreate that image one day when I've created these friendships, we're having a girls' night. So I think sometimes a stumbling block for some people is they say, how can I put images of other people on my vision board and convince myself to think that it's me? You don't have to convince yourself that that's you in that photo, because that image just prompts me to think about the moment in my life when that's going to happen. It's kind of like inspiration for me to recreate that moment. And so I think it was at the end of this summer, I invited the girls that I had gotten closer to a girls' night. Some of them were able to come along, and we actually had a photo. I'll put it here. I booked us the table that's right by the water. You've got the lights glowing in the background, and we had a lovely time. And it felt like a really nice full circle moment. Another example of a full circle moment and recreating an image is this one. When I found this image on Pinterest, again, I don't know where this couple are or what that beach is, but it reminded me of one of my favorite beaches in this part of Spain. And as soon as I saw this image, it represented to me that my husband and I are living in Spain all year round. You can see they're wearing kind of like autumn winter clothes, which again represented to me that we're living in Spain. We're not just on holiday in Spain in the summer. They're in a healthy routine. They're connected to nature. They're waking up early. They're seizing the day, seeing the sunrise, just like taking stock of the life that they've created, that the life that they're living now. That's what that image represents to me and represented to me all year since it's been on my vision board. And recently we did that. We woke up before sunrise, took the dogs that we're looking after as well. So it was honestly a little bit hectic to try and recreate this photo. Yes, wasn't it? But we did, and it was another beautiful full circle moment, and we were just there taking it all in, and it was quite emotional, really, just realizing, oh my fucking god, it's happened now. Another image that actually I wanted to like fully recreate is this one. So this image I actually found years ago. I screenshotted that, I don't even know when it came to the beginning of 2024, when I was creating this vision board, I thought now's the time that I want to put that on my vision board, because moving to Spain feels imminent. It feels close to me. As you can see, the woman in this picture is reading El País, which is a Spanish newspaper. So this image has always represented to me living in Spain, living in a beautiful villa, and just being generally fabulous. And so I actually meant to get round to properly recreating this photo. There were multiple times last year where I was like, okay, let me buy the newspaper, and I never got round to like staging the photo. But I think I also felt like I'm the kind of person who never reads the news for energetic protection reasons. Interestingly, I did film myself writing a scripting letter in our garden this summer. And I found it and I was like, whoa, I kind of didn't realize, but it's like my own version of this image. I'm also wearing white, I'm in the garden, but instead of reading the news, I'm scripting, which I feel like is way more me. That was kind of like an unintentional recreation of this image, which kind of makes it even more magical. It's safe to say I manifested the lifestyle that image represented to me. We've also got a lovely photo of 2 coffees, some cinnamon buns, and the ocean. that to me represents going for walks on our lunch breaks. Jamie and I have both worked from home for several years now, which is what made it easier to transition from living in England to living in Spain. It was kind of all part of the process to getting to our ultimate goal of living in Spain. And back in the UK, what we would do to break up our day working from home is we'd go out for a coffee and a walk every lunchtime. And when we lived in London, our walk was along the South Circular, which is like a really busy, polluted, pretty dirty road that runs along the south of London. And we used to walk along that road and, appreciate what we had. But at the same time, Milo, are you digging a hole? Milo, what have you found? So, yeah, we've definitely elevated our lunchtime walks now, because now we take a 5-minute drive down to the beach, grab a coffee from our favorite coffee shop there, and walk along the beach pretty much every day. And there's not a day that goes by that we don't just soak it in and look at each other and give each other a sort of like a nod, like, yeah. And that nod, we just know that means like we just both appreciate the difference. Just seeing the sea every day, it just lifts our mood. It's so healing. So that's what that image represents. What else have we got here? The piano. So I included the piano on this vision board because my best friend asked me to play the piano while she walked down the aisle, and she asked me to play Clair de Lune. And so I practiced Clair de Lune. Well, like, I didn't know how to play it when she asked me, but she also knew that it was my grandma's favorite song and that I'd always wanted to learn how to play it, and I had never played anything that advanced before. Anyway, I had 18 months to practice Clair de Lune. And so when I created this vision board, I had 6 months left of practice, and I just wanted to remind myself every day, stay focused, stay consistent. That piano represents to me the practicing and also the performing of it. I'm happy to report that I performed it. I played it flawlessly from start to finish. But I had a little false start at the beginning. I sat down and just like went blank completely. And anyone who's had Clair de Lune before, the first couple of chords are so simple, and then it gets really complicated. So I had focused so much on nailing all of the complicated bits and practicing all the complicated bits. I never thought that I would get to the piano and forget how to play the first 4 notes. I think it was just the adrenaline kind of spaced me out for a second. So I played the first 4 notes wrong, stared at the piano like, what the heck? And then just thought like, I need to just rely on my subconscious mind here, because my conscious mind has forgotten what the heck's going on. Then my subconscious mind took over. I went into flow state and I played the whole piece from start to 3 minutes, which was the segment I was going to play for her wedding, and flawlessly, not a single error after that. So it was funny. It was a little bit, it shook me a bit, but she walked down the aisle. She looked absolutely stunning. Success. We've also got some numbers here on the vision board. So I made some fake screenshots of my analytics on YouTube and Instagram. Some of these numbers I haven't achieved yet, and that's absolutely okay for me. Like, I think another huge thing that's important with vision boards is to take the pressure off yourself to force everything to be done within 12 months. And if it's not done within 12 months, that equals failure. It doesn't equal failure. Not at all. I'm okay with things unfolding in the time that they're going to unfold. I would love it for them to happen quickly. Sure, who wouldn't? But I think the reason why it's very important for me to not put that pressure on them, and to say to myself, if they happen in 12 months, great. Even if they don't, I know that they're going to happen like in 18 months or something like that. The reason why that's important to me is because that allows me to focus on them without resistance. If I force and pressure and frustrate and desperate myself into thinking about these goals, then I'm focused more on the lack than I'm focused on the inevitability of it coming. And that is more important than anything else when it comes to manifestation. And that's the thing that often people get wrong. They're thinking about what they want. They're going through the physical motions of creating a vision board or something, but then they're forgetting that it's all about their mindset and their energy. And if you're thinking about your goals using the law of desperation, you're just adding more desperate, lack-filled energy into your field, and that's what you radiate, so that's what you're going to attract, right? I made a video recently about if you're struggling to manifest and you feel like manifestation isn't working for you, and you're frustrated and impatient and worrying that it's never going to come, watch that video, because it will clearly explain to you what you need to do to start being in actual alignment with it. So some of those YouTube numbers have happened. Some of them I'm very close to having reached. So this kind of represents to me, it would, like, at the time I was getting something like maybe about 250,000 views, sometimes less, 150,000 views per month. So my goal was like, imagine if I could get it to 1 million views a month. But interestingly, I've had some videos recently where they have popped off and my monthly views went almost to 1 million. We weren't quite there, but it was great. And I think we had 11,000 new subscribers in 1 month, which was also a record for the channel. And we're almost at 200,000 subscribers as I record this video. So again, like, it's inevitable. I know it's going to happen. You see, you feel that energy. That's really powerful when it comes to your goals. If you can feel like it's just a matter of it unfolding, I don't know whether it's going to take a week, a month, 3 months, even 6 months. I don't mind, because I'm going to get there eventually. I'm happy. That's really powerful energy to feel about your goals. I also put a line slap bang in the middle of my vision board, because with a smiley face. And to me, that represented that my business is thriving, I am happy, and my clients are also happy. And customer satisfaction has gone through the roof with a line. People are getting success stories. People are getting transformations. They're messaging me with the most incredible messages that make me cry. These women are getting such life-changing results and shifting in ways that they haven't shifted before. And to put that in the center of my vision board really felt like that is my number one focus business-wise this year. And I also included a few words on the vision board because I felt like those words represented, number one, how I wanted to feel on a day-to-day basis, and number two, things to remember. I used the words healthy, happy, and at peace. I think before I felt happy, but at times kind of like overwhelmed, stressed, all that, whereas I really was craving the highest of vibrations, which is the vibration of peace. To enjoy stillness, to feel like there's space in my energy, my mind. Consistency was a word I put on my vision board as well, to remind myself that these kind of goals that are related to success, numbers, views, revenue, that kind of stuff, I don't need to have shiny object syndrome. I don't need to look at new, different things. I just need to be consistent with what I have been doing. And for anybody else who maybe sometimes forgets that all you need to do is just keep doing it, rather than looking this way, looking that way, and comparing and worrying and not trusting the process, consistency. And at the bottom there, I anchored that feeling in more by saying simple and easy. Something that I learned from Grandmaster Akshar is that one of the 3 traits of someone who's great at manifesting is they are uncomplicated. They keep it uncomplicated. So to remind myself that all of my goals are actually simple and easy was really great in helping me to continue feeling uncomplicated about what I wanted to manifest. So I hope that breakdown of my vision board was helpful for you. There are still a couple of images that are yet to manifest, and I look forward to the day that they do. But I certainly do feel like this was my biggest vision board success so far. Like I said before, I'm going to be doing a live vision board workshop on January the 8th. So if you see this in time and you would like to join us for it, the details you need are in the description and the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and ring my bell so that you never miss another video. And if you enjoyed this video, I think you're going to love this one. Until next time, bye.